Hello, everyone. Welcome to NonnasNuttykrafts. I had wanted to go on a little bit earlier this evening, but that didn't work out. So let me make sure we're in here. We are. Yay. Oops. Okay. So let me just turn this off so that I don't have any voices coming in. And let's just put this in my little goopies. And there we go. Done. iPad goes away because I can see all the comments on here. Yay! Let me put that away. Hopefully nothing falls. I quickly cleaned off my desk. Hey! So that I could do this. Always you're like, all right. So welcome to NonnasNuttykrafts. How are y'all doing? You never get to see really this perspective, really this side of my room, because usually when I do it with my thing, you're only like in here. So you get to see my whole background, my ribbon, my flowers. Eesh, you get to see a lot of stuff. Of course, I got my handy dandy magnifying glass right here because, I need that. I love it. So this is what we're going to do today. This is the sign we're going to be working on. Or working, not on, with. Hopefully you won't get a glare. It's, what does it say? Summer waves and beach days. So I thought that was kind of cute. So we're going to put that back in the sleeve for right now. And I'm just going to, I have a basket down here. Let me put it in the basket. So the base of our wreath is going to be, this is a jute and brown. And let me switch cameras so you guys could, well, I could do it here. It's okay. It's a jute and brown poly. And it's blue. When I do it down, because I have this blue mat, is the other side gray? Maybe that might be better if I flip the mat. Oy. Oy vey. So you could see it better. If I don't have everything. What fell? I heard something fall. Let's just flip it. That way, maybe you could see the color is better. If not, I'm not flipping it back. Just saying. Just saying. Oops, something's stuck on my mat here. Piece of tape. Oh, I always stick tape on the edge, thinking I'm going to use it. I just take off something, and I always forget about it. Oh, come on. Get on here. Everybody get on the mat. I don't know. Maybe that helps a little bit more. Now, I know the first question is, this is 21-inch mesh, and you're going to ask me, where did I get it? This is exactly the picture. I have no clue where I got this mesh from, unfortunately. So I don't have an answer for you. We're going to use some jute, just plain jute on it. We have both of these ribbons that we're going to use on it. They're like teal colors. I'm showing to you upside down, or am I the anchor? And it has seashells, anchors. Is really all that is. And I gotta forget where I am on this camera. Let me turn you this way a little bit. There we go. So that's what we're going to be using there. And now I'm going to switch you so you could hopefully see better what I'm doing. Now, being that this is my new way of doing things in my craft room, I may be a little out of sorts here since this is brand new in doing this. My little cheat sheet. Sometimes I write down what I'm doing or where I'm going to put things because I forget. So we're going to start with the base. We're going to do 10-inch poofs on the outside, 8-inch poofs on the inside. We're going to do 8 on the outside and 6 on the inside. So 1, 2. So what I like to do with my pipe cleaners, I like to count them out. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to start with the 8 on the outside. It doesn't matter where you start or how you do this. It's really up to you. Now this only has 6 sections on the frame. Let me see if I can turn this just a little bit more this way, maybe. Here we go. All right. So you can do the old lay it down and do it. I kind of do it that way too. And I can go back and readjust them a little bit. But sometimes I just know where they're going to go. Because after a while, you're just kind of like, oh, yeah. But since I'm teaching, I'm going to show you. Since approximately, and these are approximately. Now, the thing is, if you do it up here, see how they're going to be uneven? So I always try to do it, you know, when it's down here. And I always try to make them even and do it as close as I can so that they stay even. But see, even one still always comes up short. Never could figure that out. If you got any suggestions to it, let me know. All good though. So we're just going to go around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So see, I'm going to have to respace these. Because that's not going to be right. So hold that thought. Usually we do 10 on the outside. And so this is a little bit different, doing only 8 on the outside. So we're going to shift these over just a little bit. Just retighten that one a little bit. And there we go. There's our 8 on the outside. And then we'll do our 6 on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say hi when you guys come in. Oh, let me turn my fan on. Because it is hot. I just ripped these out and I just threw them back in the pile. 4, 5, 6. Stick you guys there. All right, since we're doing 6, I can do it right on, you know, these, or I can kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll probably do it within between them. It just depends how you want to do it. There's actually going to be, you could do it where there's 7 in here, but we're just going to space these out to be 6. So I can start on here. Let me do it here on this one, since I have it here. So let me do this one here. And sometimes what I like to do, I like to think, oh, then I got 2 on this side. One's got to go up there, you know, and that's how I kind of do it. You can use these bars if that makes it easier for you. And then when you do your ones down here, you can go in between the bars, which helps as well. So round and round she goes. And then we have 6. I'm going to see how some of these are going to be almost the same. You know, there's nothing you can do about it because it's just funky numbers we're working with here. Let's move that one this way. Maybe we can slide this one just a little bit this way. All right. Oops. Try that one. So we're going to start with our inside. That's why I'm trying to flatten these out as best as I can here. And we're going to start with our poofs. All right. So try to get it as, when you do your poofs. Now I got the Ultimate Collapsible Mesh Roller by Susie Brown. Got that going today. I'm just going to kind of gather it up. Just like that. And I'm going to pick a spot, whatever. We'll go here. Why not? And I'm just going to twist tie it once. And then I have a zip tie. I don't go through both reams. Hello, my friend. PM. And I'm just going on the one, so that way I can make sure it stays really tight. Pull it tight. Clip it off. Throw that away. Then this excess pieces here, I usually keep about an inch or so just to make it look nice. Move my trash can a little closer. All right, so let's pull this. And like I said, we're going to do 6 on the inside, 8 on the outside. Inside poofs are going to be 8 inch. 8. I like to find a number I can do it on. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're 23. And we're just going to do poofs. So this is supposed to represent like the, hello, Miss Carrie, Michelle's here. Yay, you guys. Like the sand in the water kind of thing. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. And we're just going to go around and round she goes. I haven't done a wreath with you guys in a while. So we're going to make up for lost time here. Sometimes I just get in a mode where I'm like, oh, I just got to make this really good. And I forget to like, hey, I got to go live so my friends can see. Where'd you come from? Got a little strand here. There we go. I'm going to use a new tool. I'm going to use a new tool today that I haven't used. So we'll see how good that goes. That's going to be a little surprise. Ooh. I don't have my mat all the way up against my thing here. I usually have it up on it. There we go. Okay. So did you guys all watch the video of me, or of my new room? Not my new room. All my wreath ribbon racks that I put up. I'll tell you what, it's sitting here, and it's just amazing when you have them on display like that. Like, good God, how many wreaths do you have? Kind of strange when you think about it that way. All right, so this last one, this last poof here, I'm going to go ahead and open up this tie here, and I'm going to stick this right in with it. And then what I'm going to do, now some people might cut it off and do the zip tie here and then do another ring. Since my other pipe cleaner is really close by, I always try to do it that way. I'm just going to twist that in right like that. So can you guys see how I did that? So I came from here. This is going to be the next way coming down. You have ribbon envy. Girl, you can buy those for a mere price at Amazon. All right. So before I confuse myself now, we're going to do 10-inch poofs on the outside here. Because I do get carried away talking. So let me put these ties facing in. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes I'll grab the wrong tie. And it'd be like, oopsie. Not going to work that way. I've been doing a lot of ruffle wreaths lately, and so to do a poof wreath takes me back. But I like doing poof wreaths. I like them, I like them, I like them. Here we go. And let's get this one going. It was a gorgeous, another hot day here. And Gia decided she wanted to go out all of a sudden. And I was like, you know, when you're trying to get things going. And I went outside, and all of a sudden I look up, the skies turned black. And the wind started going. I said, oh, time to go in. So they all ran inside, and then it just downpoured like crazy. And now it's just, you know how the sky looks like green? So it's like kind of like that outside right now. It's good. It helps cool things down. Of course, we already had watered the lawn, so it's like, oh, well. Because, they say, it's going to rain and then it doesn't rain, so you don't water your lawn and your plants, and then they're like dying. Thank you, Linda. It is really pretty. And I swear, like I showed everybody the wrapper in the beginning. I have no clue where I got this from. No clue. I don't know how long it's been in my stash there or anything. This is how those wreath came together. I had the sign. I showed it. This is going to be for a customer, this wreath. And I showed it to her and she likes it. And I was like, okay, I had 2 different types of ribbon I could use. And it was the mesh. I kept going back and forth between 3 different meshes. And last night, literally, I was sitting here and I looked up and I went, oh, there's a blue one. Let me try that one. No. And then I said, that one looks like it's more teal-y. Teal color, turquoisey. Good English, Carolynne. And I pulled it out and I went, oh, an aha moment. So now I'm at the end here. So where this one, where I started, remember where I came down from the inner to the outer? So I'm going to put this one in here, tuck it underneath the poof, and I'm going to tie it with a zip tie. So let me put it in. Oops, got to open it first. Squish it down in there. And then before I clip it, I'm just going to take the other poof and I'm going to push this down. Again, I'm only using 1 bar that I'm tying this off on. And I go about 1 inch or so from the pipe cleaner, pull it really tight. Oops, let me just clip that a little bit closer. And then I will cut it off, just like I did the first one, about 1 inch or so. Make sure when you're cutting this, you can't see. When you're cutting this, here's my scissor, that you don't cut the poofs that you already did. All right, and let's just roll this baby back up here. Oh, I just dropped one of my ribbons. Get that out of the way. All right, now that I have all this done, let me move these out. You always have these little OCD things the way you do this. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to find the edges of the mesh. And then I'm going to go ahead and poof it up. Poof it up, as they say, poof it up. I really do like this mesh. I wish I knew where I got it from. It's actually kind of pretty. Oh, I have another little strand here. I try to cut the strands rather than pull them so you don't pull everything apart. I didn't tie that one tight enough or twist enough. Sometimes I have to use my fingers just to weasel through till I find the other end. I think this is the last poof. This is probably the hardest, but I always shrink up my shoulders when I'm doing this for some reason. Oh, I didn't tie this one. I always tie these just once, and I got to think I got to tie them twice around so they stay. All right, so we'll do the same thing down here. And this is, let's see if I could show you. This is where I ended. So I want to make sure that gets tucked underneath. Find my other end. Sometimes I'll just do this and weasel through with one hand. There I go. I found it. To make sure it gets tucked in underneath there pretty good. sometimes I keep going around and I'm like, did I do that one already? Sometimes I do the same hoop twice. So I try to start where I started, like there where that edge was, where I finished, so that way I know where I started and finished. Because some of these look like they're okay, the poofs, but not really opened up all the way. I think this is the last one. Is it? No? And this is the one right here. Okay, so now they're all open. So pretty cool. All right, so now I already pre-cut this. This is what's going on top. So I'm thinking water and sand. That's my theme. And we're going to try, these are 18 inches long, by the way. And we're going to try this. This is a tool by Lori Jacobs. It's like her little ruffle tool. I forgot which camera I'm on. Sorry. All right. So I haven't used this yet. Thank you. So different ways you can do it. We're doing a ruffle on this. We're going to curl this just like once or twice. Right? And we're going to slide it in here on the tool. Now, I'm new at doing this, so I'm not a pro. So, and this is supposed to make it easier on your ruffles, so you're not using your hands as much and stuff. And then you ruffle it up, and you can put it in like that. You can take it, you can spread. I should do it on this side so you can see. And then you can spread out your ruffle like that. Take your ribbon. Now she uses a lot more ribbon on hers, a lot more ruffles on hers. These are the two ribbons I'm using. See, I always do that. Like, what should I go on top? And so I'm choosing to do this one on top. I usually fold it in half to give me my starting point. And I can put this right in here. Right smack dab in the middle. You can spread it out now if you want to. I wait till I put it in. Then you can just take this whole thing and bring it over and transfer it. Oops, I'm caught on the table. Transfer it right into your thing. Your wreath thing. Wreath. Not thing. Wreath. It's pretty cool. That little tool. I've had it for a while. I think she calls it a ruffle tool. I'm not quite sure. And there we go. I'm going to move my I have, you're going to laugh. It's a butter container. I have my ribbons already pre-cut and all in there. I have my zip ties in there. I'll move those over here. I'm used to everything being on the other side of the table, so it's weird to have it on this side of the table now. So I have to get used to that. Just move that down. Okay, so let's try this again. Usually for me, I like doing my ruffles like this, and then I ruffle them up. Now I could still use the same tool and do the same thing and ruffle it up this way as well. It just depends. It does the same effect. So it's either or. Now, the difference with doing this, using this little tool, is that when you put it in, you're only touching the mesh as least as possible. Hello, Miss Susan. How are you? It is a neat idea. Oops. I spread the ribbons out before I put them in. I'm going to wait to spread them out until I get them in there. And then you can just take it out. Oops, I got stuck there. And you stick it in. So what it saves you from doing, oh, I got to take my watch off, y'all, because it's going to get caught all over this. I just realized that. Guess I won't have those steps logged. So I know I'm not putting anything else in here. So I'm going to go ahead, and I should have done this on the first one. I'm just twisting these up to a point, maybe about an inch or so, and I'm cutting it off. And I'm just bending it back. Could you put deco tubing in here? You can. Could you put another little rosette kind of little, you know, thing in here? Seashell, whatever. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, I tell you. Look how cute that's looking. I should pull these down more. There we go. All right. So let's go back. Oops. See, because I'm used to everything being on my right side. So I'm going to do it this way where I fold it in half. So the concept behind this is that so you're not sitting here using your fingernails to go through this whole thing. It saves you from that because, you know, your fingers cramp as it is. This holds your mesh in place instead of you trying to hold it within your fingers. And it's the coolest little gizmo. And you just scrunch it in there. Cool. Stay standing. It's not really made to stand like this. If you have enough mesh in there, it really does look cool when it stands up. Again, I'm using this for the first time. So no judgment. Oops, I got to fix that tie. So I'm going to skip that one, come back. I think I'm doing this one up, right? Yeah. Kind of doing opposites. Usually I do the same color up. Did I do the same color up? I did. All right, let me twist. And then cut. And bend it back. There we go. So this also has on it, see these little notches on the end there? So your message doesn't come flying out. I'm doing great. It's a new little tool. You know, listen, as you get old like me, you need all these little tools to keep you happy. And the tool does all the work for you. Doo-doo-doo. All right, so we'll go back to that one that I left out. Pull my ribbons down. And I'll go fluff these ribbons back when I, because I'm always like fidgeting with them. So I'll go back and I'll fix them. My boob. What? I just used what? Susan, you're too funny. Hey, listen, you know, I can't do it where I ruffle it across my chest. I could never do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm shy. It just never worked for me to do it that way. I have to do it on the table. That's just me. That's just me, I guess. Where's my ruffles? Oh. Down here on the floor, I have a basket. So like I said, I'm new at using this, so it's going to take me a little while to get used to it and use it. Did I cut that one? Yeah. But it's kind of cool. I can't. Listen, I'll show you. Oh, God. I'll show you how mine looks. Mine looks so darky if I try to do it on my chest. I know a lot of people can do it. I don't know. Maybe it's just not a me thing. Do you hear that thump thump sound? If you guys remember, you're going to laugh. I don't know if I was on a live or not. I went to pull evergreen off my shelf. And when I pulled it, I hit the ceiling fan. And when I hit it, it hooked onto the fan and I broke the paddle off. Okay. So this is me. I can't do this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't want people looking at my tatas or something. All right. So let's just squish this in here. I know. I do me. Nonna, the crazy one. Oh, see, I didn't tie that one around twice. Gosh, Carolynne. Oops. Dum, dum. Everybody thinks I have one of those cats that wave, you know, like you see people use at bingos. And I have that in my window. It's not waving right now because there's no sun, really. But it would hit when it's still on the same place, but it would hit the back of the thing and you hear a thump. It's all about what's easy for the... Yeah! Well, this is easier for me. You know. I just never did it that way. Just never did it that way. I was just, what I like this way because it covers the edge of the one. So when you crunch it up, it kind of covers the edge of the other, you know. But see, I'm trying to hold it here, whereas this little gizmo, because see, now what I would have to do here, I would have to lay it in here and twist tie it at least once, Carolynne, and then take my ribbon to put my ribbon in there. So what it alleviates, like I said, is your finger motion, you know, going like this, you know, trying to hold it. And, you know, when you put your mesh on, you got to twist tie it. Then you got to, if I put the ruffle on, I got to twist tie. Then I put that. So it puts these layers in there. So it actually takes out, you know, that layer, which makes it easier, I think. But again, I'm new at using it. New tools. We always have to have the new tools, don't we? Spread these out. All right. So we got one more on this bottom row. I don't think I cut enough of this because I want to show you how I use my mesh roller here. And let me tell you, this is just a simple little thing. You can use clothespins if you want to, but don't have to use those. Because again, with the clothespin, you got to open it up to put your ribbon in. Or, yeah, your ribbon in. I don't mind the layers. I've always done it. Like I said, this is new, so I'm giving it a whirl. I think it's kind of cool. It's something, you know, being a new toy, so to speak. I have to get used to it. And the more I use it, then I'll be, it's like having a bow maker. How many bow makers can you have? I have 4. 4. Like I need that many, right? 1 would be enough. But you know, you're going to have all the gadgets. All the gadgets. Oops. There we go. Oops, oops. We can put that one on top. That works too. Now we're going on the inside. Now, a lot of times when I do these beach wreaths, I've sometimes done it where I put the burlap or the jute, not burlap, but jute on the bottom and the color on the top. This is, I'm reversing this one. Why? Because I can do that. And it was fun. So Michelle is on here. She's a friend, as well as LaDonna and Susan. We're all in Lori's business and design group. And Michelle and I were, you know, we work together on things and help each other out. So this was kind of her idea as far as to do the 8 and 6. So I said, hey, why not? Let's try it. So I'm doing a lot of new things today. New tool, new way on the wreath. Because I usually do 10 on the outside, 8 on the inside, or sometimes 8. I do sometimes do 8 and 6. I do. Totally no rules. You know, I always just sometimes just do it. Like if you guys watched earlier, I did a garland. Now, like I said on the video, you can do as much as you want in the garland. Put all crazy things in there. And I, you know, have to stay within kind of means of a budget in a way. So I can't go as crazy on some things. And I try to do something that I hope nobody's either done or just something different for my person. So that one, if you guys saw it, I did it on just a green garland. It was like a floppy to make it look like seaweed. Ooh, break them just because. Girl, I'd probably break them too. Ooh, someone's going to take my pliers and put them in here. I'm a rule. I keep up with the rules. Don't get me wrong. I do my rules. But there's sometimes you can bend those rules. And I didn't show you, you know, when you first put it in, you got the edge like this, right? So when you scrunch it down, it's almost like flipping it halfway so that, you know, you have your ruffle that way. Does that make sense? Getting better at taking it out of that little tool. That's for sure. I think I got one more. I probably didn't cut the one. Well, one I wanted to do it because sometimes, depending on the bow, I should have actually cut that one. Because the bow is going to go in one spot. Haven't decided where. Haven't decided how I wanted to put the sign on this. If it's going to go in the middle or off to the side. All those we're going to do tonight. Tonight together. All right. So, like I said, when you finish it like this, and as I stand it up, this part, I'm just going to kind of flip it down like a quarter. So that way you see the ruffle this way. Which is how you would technically be putting it into your tie anyway. All right. Last one, as far as with ribbons go. Did I miss one? Oh, I missed one over there. Oh. Hold on. I have to get 2 more. Whoa. How did I know? How did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because I was thinking if one goes underneath the sign. I didn't cut enough ribbon is what I'm, as well as mesh, but. All right, so let's cut 2 more meshes. Are you going to? No, Susan, I'm not. No, not this fall, unfortunately. We had, our dog had a lot of surgeries this year. And then they got full up, and then Lori was going to see if she could maybe add 2 extra spots. And I thought, well, maybe I can go then. But it's just not going to work out for me this year or this fall. All right, so I'm cutting these at 18 inches long. Oops. And I needed 2. I still like to put one underneath the bow. I did that really quick rather than put it in the mesh roller. I know. I have fun. Listen, if you guys, what I like about doing Lori's retreat, I can only speak about hers because that's the only one I've found to, besides Wreath Make It Fly, is that it's make and take. You get to, network and be with your friends that you only see on business calls and stuff. But you get to make things, and it's just fun to socialize with everybody. Lori does kind of like a costume contest. You were still trying. Oh, Susan, I hope you can. All right. Ribbons. I think I cut these at 13. Look, Susan. Da, da, da. Susan Flanagan Skelton, who's on here. I don't know if she still sells these. This is Inspired Wreaths. She makes these little gizmos. I wrote the sizes on there. I think I did. Or is that your handwriting? Looks like mine. And I don't know what they're made of. They have a little bit of, give, but they stay. I think I did these at 13 inches. So we're just going to make, well, I only need 1, but I'll use this instead of using my board since I pulled it out. Now I could have done 2 ribbons together, both of them. And when you wrap it around, it's cool. Still have no idea how I'm going to do my bow yet. Still playing with it in my head. But once we decide where the sign goes, I mean. Oh, okay. So Susan does sell these. I think I got small ones from you. So I did the 12, the 10, and the 8 from Susan. Isn't that cute? Not cute, but useful. So she had done these, I think. What did you do these on your live? Or maybe it was one of Lori's retreats and I saw it and I was like, oh, and I messaged her. I said, hey, do you make these? So I said, I'd like some. So she made some. So it's also good. Like my numbers are left to right on my board here right now. The retreat. Okay. And, so I can't measure it on there. So this is good as like a ruler to have as well. So we got this. Let's put this on here. Almost forgot to put the ruffle. Jumping ahead. Make them even, Carolynne. Even Steven. I like them too. They're really nice. I have ones from another company, and which is fine. They're made out of wood. So after a while, the wood, and it's still fine. They still work, and I love them too. Don't get me wrong. You know, the wood and it, you know, starts coming apart a little bit, splintering, but still works great. I still use those too. I like these. It was a new tool that I had to have. All right. So here we go here. And that's going to be it with the tails. Now, I'd left the one spot here. So we're going to do just one here. So the bow has something to sit on. Because so when I first started doing these, it was always recommended that you put your bow sitting on one of the posts. And I was like, okay. And that was how it was. That's how I learned. But now it's like if you put one of these, you know, sitting on top of where the poof is tied, I can. There you go, Susan. Michelle, grab it. What'd you do with the 16-inch? I never did 13. And anyway, and you can put your bow right on top of that. So you got sidetracked. I'm reading comments and I got sidetracked. There you go. All right. That. Now, y'all, what did I do with my sign? Oh, I said I was going to put it back in the basket, which I did. So let me get the mesh out of the way. Put my handy dandy tool. What I'm going to do, why I think about it, I'm going to put a link on here. For this, Susan, I will send you. Yes. Let me go ahead and put my affiliate link of that on here for you. So if you do want to get one of these, it comes from Hardworking Mom. Oops. Copy link. And let me put it on here right now because if I don't do it, I will forget. How come I can't comment on my own page? There we go. Come on, paste. Paste. So if you want I'm calling it the ruffle tool. I spell. All right, if you want this ruffle too, here is my affiliate link you can use to get it. Post. There it goes. There you go. Put that down there. Sign. I'm going to stand up because I have to see this from standing up. Bow is going to go here. Do I want the sign in the middle? And I'm going to flip cameras with you guys. And I'm going to have you guys so you can see. And you can help me, Rhonda, with this. There we go. So this will be where the bow goes. Whether I put the bow at the bottom, at the top, or at the side, it all depends. So sign in the middle. You know, I'm already, okay. Sign off to the side, whether it be top or bottom, sign at the bottom. I know, I always have to stand because I got to see down on it. I will tell you right now, what do you got? I know what my answer might be. What do you think your answer is going to be? Do you like it in the middle? Or the bow could go up top, middle. Well, flip it around like it makes a difference. Bow at the bottom, off to the side. Oops, let me fix those. I think I know where I want it to be. Got a little bit of glitter on it. Cockeyed to the side. And then where'd you put your bow? So if my bow goes here, Michelle says middle, Susan says cockeyed to the side. See, if I move the bow up there and just kind of set it more here, I could do that. So it would kind of look, again, like I'm twisting around like I have a bow. Right bottom. So bow would be here. Bow would be here. Now I got to think of this because I'm looking at it backwards. Hold on. Kind of like that. Right? Is that what you're saying? You do you, you do you. It is, but I like to ask people's opinion because sometimes it's a different perspective than what I thought. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I do like it off to the side. I was thinking in the middle, but now that I see it off to the side, see if this is in the middle, I kind of like it off to the side. I don't mind if there's a hole that you see through, right bottom. I do like it off to the side. Now the thing is, will I get it on the right way? So I'm going to punch this. Again, this is a tool that you can get from Lori Jacobs. It's just a middle side puncher. I don't know what you call it. And I've never had one of these. And every time I would be doing on the metal signs, I'd be using the cable mounts. And I hated to use that because, you know, glue and metal sometimes don't mix unless you use like the E6000 instead of part glue. And I got these. She was giving these in her goodie bags. And I love it because I wanted one. So I do this. I will come back on the other side because if you run your fingers on there, it kind of does that. So when I do it, now I can rub my fingers and it's not going to catch. That's a me thing. I don't know why I'm still standing because I can do this sitting. And I'm only coming in, I don't know, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. You don't have to wiggle the sign back and forth. It's just a me thing. But I do it just to make sure it's got the things indented. And that way you don't have to worry. Because you know when you punch a hole to metal, it pushes everything this way. So I don't want anybody's fingers, you know. I mean, hopefully they're not going to touch it and take it off and stuff. And then I have my wire. Where are you? Just regular wire. I don't know what gauge this is. This is 22 gauge. Estimate how much you need. About that much. Give or take. I always wind up cutting too much wire. All the time. But I keep a little bag down here that I save all little wire scraps, because sometimes you just need that little piece. Thread it through. And I just give it a couple of twists behind. There you go. Oops, come here. I am. Wait, they are awesome. Been gonna order more for 2 years. Wait, are you saying you wanted to order 2 more for the past 2 years? If you guys don't know, these are my new ribbon racks. I'll show you on the camera. Love them. Love them. And what you see, okay. So behind me here, this is using drapery rods. I made that. All right. And I just put different drapery rods. These bookcases came when the house when we were in there. It's not a new craft room. It's the same room. It just reorganized. Because, you know, we always get it so messy. I'm still not happy with this side of the room. I haven't gone through signs and stuff on this side of the room. You know, the flowers are going to be what they are. I mean, I don't have anything else to put them in right now, but they're in buckets and stuff. But anyway, so I made that. Then directly behind me is the Waterman's Loft Scott's one that he built. And I had 2 of those. I had one there, and then I had one off to the side here, which has the new rack. So what I did with this one, he had extra holes in there. I made it my 50-yard rolls. Now it's not all my 50-yard rolls. I do have a drawer down here with Christmas ones in it. And another drawer that has some extra seasonal ones. So I couldn't fit them all. But I made that the 50-yard rack. Then that's mesh. I have not gone back and recolorized that. May not happen. Then off to the side here are the ribbon racks, which I will show you. I don't know. Let me see. I can do it with the other camera because the other camera would be easier than moving this whole computer. All right. So hold on. See if I do this. It's going to move, you guys. There's nothing I can do. Those are the ribbon racks. They're almost 8 feet tall. This one, I have 588 ribbons. That one, I have 564. So what is that? Like 1,150, 60 something ribbons on it. And when you see it that way, you're like, oh my God. It's like crazy. You don't think you have that much in your craft room until you do something like that. Then you're like, geez, Louise. Oh, sign upside down. So we'll do the bow kind of off to the side. See if I do this right on the first time. Get it right on the first shot. I'm just threading it through the mesh. It's usually pretty easy to thread through. I just got to find it on the other end. There's one. There's 2. And I'm just going to twist it just a hoop. Yeah, I need more ribbon. Yeah. Oh, those are colorized. All right, I'll show you them in a minute. I have Christmas ribbon, and then I did all my Christmas ribbon. I did 2.5 inch, then I went 1.5 inch, then I went red, silver, red, gold, silver, green, and then I did Halloween. That one that I just showed you actually has fall in the 2 bottom rows, and then it goes into single colors for fall. Then I went into green to brown to polka dots to cabana, and then I did all red, all black, blue, pink, purple, I think is the colors. I do have yellow over in the drawer over here because I didn't have enough room. See, I didn't do that right because my bow is going to go there. Hold on. Put this at the right angle. And you have one ribbon that you need. I know. Isn't that crazy? You go and you look and you're like, oh, I don't have that ribbon. I need that ribbon. This is the way I want it to go. And it's always that, and you're running out to the store because you quickly want to do your project, or you're online ordering it. And it's like always, always. Well, there's more ribbon than what you see. I mean, besides the racks behind me and off to the side there, I do have another, God, what is it? 5 foot something, 5 foot thing that has, I call it the yellow. It has Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day in it. I kind of kept those, some of those nationalities, not nationalities, seasons. Where's my thing? Oh. There we go. Separate, like on the wall behind me that I showed you, the one I made. That one I have like my red, white, and blue gingham. What else do I have? I do have some 50-yard rolls. And I have my military ones down on there. So I kind of, some of them I kind of group into themes. And some are colored. All right, bow's going to go here. This is going to go like this. So let's stick you down in here. I'm in there. Well, okay, so tubs. I do have 2 tubs that are stacked behind me, which is what's holding my wreath stand on. There are 2 tubs in front of me, and the ones behind me are Christmas ones. So seasonally, I've tried to get better at pulling out the ones I need for each season, and just pulling out the tub and putting it behind me, because the shelves that are off to the side here has tubs. So like Easter's there, St. Patrick's Day or whatever, Valentine's Day, they're all in there right now in a tub, because I'm like, I don't need those out. I would love to have some better space where I can have it out, so to speak, or in a specific area, rather than me having to shovel totes around. All right, so that's the way it's going to be. Let me, oh, which camera? I'm on this camera. God. So it's like that. The bow is going to go here. So be off on an angle. So let me just pull my ribbons out. I always like my ribbons. And depending how my ribbons fall, if a ribbon falls like, oh, I'm just going to tuck this under and pretend. I'll sometimes bring my ribbons so that they can come over the sign and kind of cover it a little bit. It's not for this sign because of that. I'm having it on an angle. But you know what I mean? Because I like it when the edges of the signs are kind of hidden a little bit. But I can't. Or I'll really poof these up like this or something, just to kind of take away if I can. So it kind of softens the edges on it. Pull my ruffle down here a little bit so you see it. All right. So we'll fix all these tails because they're going to get messed up anyway. All right. So let's put that baby down there. I think it's going to be cute. So in my bow, that one ribbon fell. And where did it go? Here it is. Ugh. So the sign has, you know, like watercolors in it and stuff, and it has blue in it. It's actually like a gray blue, so this would work with it. But I'm really debating about using a 2.5 inch, or, you know, I was debating about bringing this in because just to make it a little different. But I haven't decided. Thank you, Sean. Hi, Shantae. I store flowers in the fridge and the dishwasher downstairs. Girl, you're too funny. My florals are here. My totes do have greenery in it, like at Christmas time and stuff, and I do put greenery in there. So I do that. I'll show. I think I showed you all my room, but I'll show it to you at the end here. I'll take the little camera and aim it up. So we're definitely going to put these two in there. I do kind of like the gray maybe a little bit. We're going to have to see how this looks. I may not use any of these. Ooh, what am I rolling on? Okay. So we're just going to play for a little bit. And guys, see this? I made this, I don't know, last year or year before. And I know I had taken it to another room and I put it back and I put it at my edge of my table. I know I did that. Well, it had fallen down and fell into a thing. That was back up in, February, March of this year? Couldn't find it. With me reorganizing my room here, I found it. Huh. You can't tell me how stressed I was over a silly pincushion. I'm just going to lay these on top and see if I even like them. I don't. I don't. I don't like the blue. I don't like the blue. Like a Krafts. Girl, I have a whole finished basement too. And it's kind of like the man cave. I don't know. I let my husband have that. This is one of the bedrooms that was one of my kids' bedrooms, needless to say. And I took it over because they're all grown up. They're gone. Color. I could just go with these, but I wanted to bring in another color. I don't want green. I guess I could bring in brown. Oh, I ordered a 2.5-inch brown and I don't have it yet. Ah, hate that. But look, ladies, I have a whole wall here. You think one brown color would work? One? I mean, good Lord. I wanted... Crack me up. I'm so crazy. No men stay out of mine. The 2.4 navy on the bottom. Well, that's what I was thinking. I have a navy one. It would be like that. Oh, the light navy? I don't know. The light navy, look. If you look, I don't know if you could see. On the anchor, you see how it's like a dark navy blue and it has this light jean color. But what's giving me the is because this is so like teal color. I guess you can call it, or turquoise. No, I don't like the dark one either. I mean, I could. I mean, I don't have any ribbon to use. None. None at all, I tell you. Let me bring the sign back up. So maybe you could see it this way. So we have the ribbons, as you know, these two. Thinking of the blue. I don't want to bring in yellow and green. I definitely don't want to bring in black. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking either of, I don't know if I have a plain jute. I do. Do I have brown? I have, it's not really a jute. It's like a canvas. I could do that. Oh, you can't see it that way. I'm going to turn it upside down. I could do that. That would work. Yeah, I like the brown. Oh, dang, red. I could do red. Just to bring in a pop of a different color. I have thought about that. Let me move these out of the way. Since we're not going to use these because now, sorry, I don't mean to throw that. Let's see. What color red do I have? I have none. None. No red. No red. I'm being facetious here. I could do a plain red. That might just give a pop of the color in the red there. I have the perfect one. What? What? You have a perfect one. Instead of the cabana one, what about the vertical striped one? You talking these? No, bringing out a focal point. What? Oh, you're just being silly. Okay, gotcha. No, I do like the red. The red is in there in which camera? Of course, the lighthouse and the little flag. Since I do have a lot of the blues or the teals and stuff in there, I wanted to bring in a different color. Nope, the blue one. I'm confused, Michelle. What is it? Instead of the cabana ribbon, what about the vertical stripe ribbon? So take this one out. Change. Oh, keep this one in. I do have. Oh, I know I have the cabana brown. Where are you? See what happens when you rearrange your room? Then you can't find a doggone thing. Oh my gosh, where are you? Why wouldn't you be on that wall? Oh my gosh. I don't know where my... Oh, God, Lord, have mercy. You're talking this one? I threw it on the floor. All right. These are the brown ones. If you could see that cabana one. Definitely going to put the seashell in there. I could still put this one in there. These are the brown ones. Solid. Check. Cabana like. This is just has darker. This just has single. So these are the ones. These three were the ones I threw on the floor. So are you saying this one? This is more gray. Well, it's brown, but is that what you were saying? Solid tan canvas ribbon use. Solid tan. Solid tan. that. I do like the pop of the red. I could do the solid check and cabana. Solid check and cabana with the tail. Oh my God. With the tail ribbons. Solid check. I do. I can do this in a 1.5 too. I don't have to. Wait. So solid check. Cabana. With tail. So you're saying this, Susan? I can do the pop of red. I can do this in a 1.5 too. Okay. What about that? Plain tan. Kind of like that. Plain tan. That's it. Yay, we have a winner chicken dinner. I'll throw all these on the floor again. They're actually going in a basket. You guys are so funny. See, it gets you guys involved on it, so it's not me making all the decisions. I always like that. Okay. We got that. Oh, I got to shut the door because I'll walk into it. All right. So where did my ribbon thing go? My bow. Bye. Why are you sorry? Nobody needs to be sorry about a thing. I gotta have my pin cushion. I like it when people are involved. I love it. Now the bow. Do I want to do tails or no tail? I don't think I'm going to do tails hanging down on this. Because it's going to cover the words in the sign. Because the sign, the words are up in the corner there. So I have 4. So we're going to go 7 on this. 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, I think that will work. 7 meaning my tail is 7 inches. I don't really have to twist this ribbon. Sometimes I'll look on the back side. Well, I do because I don't like the stitching on that side. So I will do 7 on this one. I mean, I will do half. I will twist it. Susan, girl, listen, when I first started, it was in the fall time frame and I was new and I had no clue how to put ribbons together and stuff. And I was just like, I would drive myself crazy. I would take out my bins of Christmas and lay it across with the sign and everything. And I'd be like, how do you guys do this? You know? And I would spend like hours. I feel like I'm talking to myself because I can't see you guys. There we go. And I would spend hours like with ribbon laying it out and trying to choose and go like this. And then I would kind of eventually come to what, you know, what I decided on. And, you know, I get better at it. Sometimes some of these signs can throw you off. Some, like I just did 2 fall ones for a possible class. And I literally had no sign. And I went, what do I want my bases to be? Created the whole base with the ribbon and all. And then I went, I have no signs for these. I did go to Hobby Lobby. I found 2 signs, brought them home, and I went, oh, thank the Lord, they worked. So we're going to do what they call the Lisa bow. So on this, it's going to have 2 loops on one side And on this side, I call it the legs and the hands with the head. You see me in the design group with a pile off the table. Nope, nope. I do the same thing. Sometimes it comes, really together. So I like to have people get involved on it, so you're not just sitting here listening to me chit chat. Kind of boring. Can I angle this down so you can see better? I'm going to use my computer just so you can kind of still see me. All right. So this, I call this like my gingerbread man, this one. Let me just wind this up, because I can't throw it on the floor. No, I'm kidding. All right. So if you look at it, the way this is designed, I call it's like the hands. It's like those little things that wave, people use. I know, you got to feel it. So I call it like the two arms, the head with the 2 feet. See? So now, depending how much you want to build this bow up, I could take the same color, do it reverse, so give the base like that, and do the same for each layer. So that would give me 8 layers to this. I don't know if I want to do 8 layers on this. I just think I want to stick with 4 layers. So now that I have the 2 feet going this way, or the 2 arms going this way, move that out of your way. I'm going to do it on the opposite way. So this one I'm going to bring in at 6. So it's going to be 6 inch here with a 6 inch loop on this side. So that way you can see how it kind of pyramids up. You taught me how to make that bow. Thank you. Oh, Janet. Yeah. This was the first bow I ever learned how to make. And I made it on the Bodabra. And it's been one of my favorites. There's half a dozen other kinds of bows you can do. But it's always been one of my go-tos. I do like the one that looks like breast cancer sign on it, too. I'll use my fingers sometimes if I can't see the numbers here. There are numbers on the side, too. So this one's going to be opposite. So the 2 arms are going to be on this side this time. And we're going to clip that baby off right there. So it's almost like your tail and your loop. And this is going to be on the loop. So you see this loop in between the 2. And then here it's the, kind of the opposite. You have your loop and your tail, loop on the bottom, tail, and this will be in the middle. Oops, my bracelet got caught there. Wind that baby up. Put that over there. All right, let's bring in the red. I'm glad that people learn things for what I teach. Oh. What thing? I have my phone off. What in my iPad? Now we're going to come back again, bring in the arms on this side. This time I'm going to bring it at 5 inches. Now you can do, and like I said, any type of bow design you want. I just felt that this didn't need tails coming down on it. So that one I pulled a little bit too short on that side. And I like to cut them as I go. Sometimes I'll put it all together, then do it. But sometimes I'm like, did I get all that color? Oh, look. I guess I had extra and these were the same. I'll do that if I just have a little bit left. I'll put it on top of the other. Glad I got through that bow before I realized that. Why does my bracelet keep catching? There we go. So again, we'll spread it out. So we have loop, and then the 2 loops will be on top. then we're going to do a loop. So it's loop, loop. So it's tail, loop, tail, kind of. All right, and bring our seashell. Am I missing one? No, I'm not missing one. Seashells. Seashell. I thought I had another seashell. I do. I thought there was one that was lesser than this. Did I throw it in my bin? No, this is it. Okay. I have two open. That's the problem. What I like so much more now with my ribbon racks is that I can see my ribbon, because I hate it that I have two of the same ribbons open, like these red ones. That I do have two of these open. And I'm like, oh, I do like the pop of red. Twist it one halfway, come back around. Twist again. Why does that look opposite? Come here, Bo. Did you ever notice that? You do these as many times as you do this, you will always have one side that looks like it's bigger than the other. Why is that? Okay. Ooh, I'm at the end of this one now. That's all she wrote. I can take this, and I may do it. We'll see. And make a little loop-de-doo so you don't see it. The zip tie. I don't know. I think that's what's throwing me off. This is a little bit longer here. Look there. There we go. Better. Okay, get the zip tie out. Stick it in there. I hammered my things, and we were talking about this earlier. Some people, I think LaDonna had glued hers in. Is there a black in the Lighthouse? Susan. Yes, there is. Put black on top. Let's see. Let's see, girlfriend. I have this one. I have this one in black. It's a brand new one. I haven't used this one yet. But no to your other question. Let's see how this one. Oh, why don't I just cut it? Duh. Could have done that. Could have done that. Didn't do it. Hold on, please. I'm jealous of your ribbon so close. Okay, so these ribbons I got from Nick Seasonal. This was a, he did a whole package of these with lace around the edges. Do I have any of the lace? Can you see the lace? Hold on. Hold, please. So see, he did him in color. Now this is the gray, and it has the lace trim, which, oh, I'm on this camera. So see the lace trim? These are like and they came in gray without the lace trim like this, red, blue, different colors. So of course I had to have all the colors. You know how that goes. And I haven't used them yet because I had them sitting in a box. They were sitting in a box. And I said, oops, got to use them. Now that I put them on the thing. So usually what I do with these, I'll measure them and be about the same. Figure out roughly where I want my little loop-de-doo. You can lift up the girl's skirt, turn it around, flip it down. I'm having the tails on this side since my other tails landed there. That's actually kind of cool. Because you know what? Light bulb moment. It's like the stripes in the Lighthouse. Like it goes black, white, black, white. Well, it does bring the red. Oh my God. Why did I not think of that? Thank you. Sorry again. No. Never be sorry. Never. It's all good. It's all good. But I'm glad I got it before I put the pipe cleaner in. All right. Let me move this out of the way. That one's getting on the floor. Let's move this out of the way. What color should I put it in? It's going to be white. It's going to be white because I have all the other ones in white. So my zip tie is still on top, or the where it pulls. I don't know what you call this, a little tail, I'm going to call it. So pipe cleaner. There you go. I have my 2 fingers on either side here, pressing down on the bow, bring it around to the back. I'll pull it not all the way tight. And then what I'll go back and do is just make sure everything is laying the way I want it. So sometimes I'll lay it down like this. Which way are you laying? Which one are you? There we go. I can lay it down like this. I'll hold it in the middle. And I'll just take my things, my tails, my loops, and everything. This one got twisted. How did you get twisted? Which way are you supposed to go? There we go. Hey, that's weird. And I'll just go ahead and just start pulling out the ribbons, just like that. I'm not going to fluff it all the way because I got to go ahead and put it in on the wreath. And that way I'll fluff it all the way up. But this way, it's just kind of an easy way to go ahead and make sure you got everything the way you want. Then I pull it tight. And there we go. I think I don't mind you thinking outside the box, girl, or anybody else. It's fine. Again, I like it because if I'm inside the box and you're outside the box, it might help. You know? It's like they always say, you know, once you step out of your comfort zone, you actually start living. So I always try to do something crazy. That's me. And at least once a year. So just because, you know, you got to experience life. You know, if you do the same old, same old, same old, same old, it's like, oy, oy, oy. Hold on. Got my hand twisted under there. Okay. So let's go ahead, get whatever tails out, get my ribbon situated here. Then this is where I start poofing up the ribbon. I'm going to move this one tail. There we go. And I just stick my fingers in the holes. The loops. Why am I missing a loop? Here we go. I was like, what's missing here? Pull things around. There we go. I think I'm going to stick this back here just a little bit so you can see the sign. So let's fix these babies up. And then it will be the unveiling. The unveiling. Yeesh. One thing I always make is like these when they're at the edge. I hate it when they're like curled up. So I'm always like pressing them down. Now you could do these where they're opposites. I don't know. For a while now, I've been doing them where I like the one color on top and the other one on the bottom, so to speak. But you could do it however you want. As Susan says, you do you. All right. I do like that pop of the red, and I do like the pop of the black. Wise choices, my friends. Wise choices. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops, almost. Sometimes you got to find the tails. Alrighty. So now I'm going to move this back up. Now look at the pop. Let's see the pop. That's the pop. Whoop, whoop. How are you guys seeing it? I should have put my... Well, maybe can I use this? Will that help? I'm trying to get it so you could see. Oh, God, that blinded you. Let's see. I got to think of how you're seeing this. That way? That way. That way. There we go. Because I'm backwards. You know how that goes. So that's how it would look. I think that came out cute. I think she'll like it. She always gives me leeway to do my wreaths, however, you know, for her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. The bow came out good. Good. Came out perfect. Because you guys assisted. And I love that when people get involved. I really do. But I'll sit here and I'm just going to go like all day. Because that's what we do. We never like it perfectly one way. We always want to change it up. I like to just curl these up. And you can take these and just curl them with your hands. Like if you wanted these to stand up more like this, you can just take your fingers and roll them underneath like that. However you want to do it. However, I think that came out cute, y'all. I do like it. Yay. Wait, now I'm tilting it the wrong way. That way, that way, that way, that way. I think I got it. Thank you, guys. All right, you got me twice in one day. Oh, I said I was going to show you the wreath wall, the ribbon wall, right? Because you were talking about color-coded. Okay, hold on. So I'll explain how I did mine. I'm going to take the little camera in my hand. So hopefully that will work. Oops. Don't want all those little nitty things going off on the floor. I got a long enough cord on this. We'll just set it up top here. And let's pray I got you in frame. Kind of do. So this was the first one I did. So I did 2.5. I did group it like all the gingerbread together, or the cardinals and snowman. So I did do that. And then as it comes up, it goes, you know, from 2.5 inches. Then I went to 1.5, and then you can start seeing the colors, the green, the gold, the silver, the green, and then it's Halloween. So again, I did 2.5. I try to group the colors like more orange together, more green together, you know, on them. I don't know if you could see very well. The extra ones you see in here, it's because I found them after. And at the top, I have Mardi Gras. This one over here, you're not going to be able to see all of it because I have it. It's my little stand. I do have 2.5 inch. The bottom 2 racks are fall. And with the fall colors come my solids into greens. Then I go into browns. I wanted to put like leopard and polka dot. Goes polka dot into the cabana kind of ones. It goes red, black, blue, pink into purple up top there. I didn't have room for yellow. That was the only color I didn't have room for. But that's okay. On this back wall here, let me see if I can, how you can see this, because I can't. Hold on. Hold on. Push the chair in. I got to look at the camera to see the thing, if you could see too. So I have some, I call it riffraff up top. It's like ladybugs and watermelon. I did blue. I went orange. I do have 50-yard Halloween up there because Halloween's coming up. Pink to red to brown to yellow to green to black. And down there on the bottom has Christmas. Let me see if I can get it. Down there on the bottom has Christmas. So it is organized my way. So hold on. This one you're not going to be able to see too much, I don't think. We'll see what we can get. Woo! Which way? This way. So up top there is gingham. Red, white, and blue. I call this the riffraff. This is 50-yard rolls here. This is riffraff, like birthday and flamingos and stuff. And down here has my patriotic, meaning, you know, my military ones rather. So I did try to do the best I could with that. And then this has all my little ribbons in it. This has some paint that I use like all the time, kind of thing. This has the deco mesh ribbon and extra 50 yards. This has all my little like snowball little meshes and stuff. This has picks in it. And then down here I have, this is Christmas 50-yard rolls. So I did keep these containers, which I was trying to get rid of all the plastic containers, but that didn't work. Over here, now I got to turn the computer so I can see. Hold on. So this from here down is from IKEA. And I recently bought this earlier this year. So right now this has like the yellow ribbon in it. This has Easter in it. I did put the ones I did earlier in here. These, I call them potato. I don't know what you guys call them. They're stacking things. I had these. So I made the St. Patrick's and Valentine's Day. Down here, I do have, I call it the riffraff. It's like farmhouse, whatever. This has the rest of my Mardi Gras. And then this one has, it's like 4-inch ribbons that are, Christmassy. So I tried. If I had a bigger room, I don't know if I would need another one of those, because to put the 50-yard rolls, you really can only put them probably on the top rack, or you can delete a rack out on these if you wanted to on these big ones. But it's just cool. It's just cool. You need help, Damon, to organize his ribbon. I know. His ribbons drive me crazy. He has that wall. Now, some people have not. For years, I've been doing different things. Most of it's been in totes or in these things. That's what I've had my ribbons in. And then I went to that one from Waterman's Loft that has the 50-yard behind me. I had 2 of those. I sold one so I could buy one of these. And then I went, oh, I really like this. I need another one. How can I get another one in here? I figured it out. Yeah, Damon has the ones like people use in the closets, which there's nothing wrong with those at all. Nothing. To each his own. I would like to rip out my closet. It has a thing with drawers and a thing in there. I would like to rip that out and do that in the closet, because I have my 21-inch mesh in there. There's stuff in those drawers. I have to figure out what's in those drawers. I think one has like fall stuff in it. So I have to remember that. I'm going to have to put big letters on it, what's in it, like a little cheat sheet, so I remember to use that stuff. Otherwise, it sits there and I forget. So this was a labor of love doing all this. Let me just say. But I have fun. It took me a while because I had an injured finger, and then I had my granddaughter and stuff like that. But I'm very pleased with half of my room. This other half, I'm not happy with. I really have to figure that out better. I don't know if I'm going to figure out a better way, but we'll find some way. If I can get the closet, then that may alleviate some of this stuff could go in the closet. That's another project, not happening anytime soon. Let me see. I keep looking at the computer to see if I'm in there, and I keep forgetting that I'm on this little camera here. But anyway, so, hey guys, thanks for coming tonight. I really enjoyed it. I loved you guys interacting and helping out. That really makes it fun. And I guess I'll see you next time on NonnasNuttykrafts. So you guys have a nice evening. Like, follow, share, subscribe to my YouTube too. And I'll see you next time. I should do it this way. All right, you guys take care. Bye.